The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 102 with Blue Helix. There we go. All right, well, Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was Antisocial Butterfly by Blue Helix, who I've got on the show with me right now. Now, if you've been following the Rock Metal Podcast for some time now, you'll recall Blue Helix from episode 23, roughly about a year ago. Sammy, can you believe that? It's about a year ago?
Time flies.
I know. So I love having bands on as they release new material and, watching bands grow and develop. So we've got Blue Helix back on the show to show you what they've got cooking. Now, if this is the first time you're tuning in, they are an alternative rock band from Seattle, USA. Going to be listening to that song as well as one other while finding out more information about what Sammy has got going on. So, Sammy, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, brother. It's good to be back.
Let's go back and listen to that track, Antisocial Butterfly. right, coming back from Antisocial Butterfly, I just want to say that I love the intro with the drums and that rolling guitar riff, and the fact that you bring that rolling guitar riff in continually throughout. I just love it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And those lyrics, "The devil came to me today."
Yeah, the song was inspired by a conversation I had with this band manager, who told me that I was going to have to change my approach as a songwriter if I wanted to make it, right? So, I've always thought the music industry was a bully, a big bully. And I experienced getting bullied as a kid a lot, long hair, long eyelashes, Bobo shoes, those shoes in high school with the Velcro. That was me. Because my dad liked to take me to Payless, so kids made fun of me for that. So anyway.
Me too.
Yeah. So my, my childhood sucked. And then I wanted to make a song that, kind of was for those people who suffer from that, and kind of give them kind of some kind of sense of hope or some kind of retribution. It's very angry though, like when you see the video for this, you're gonna be like, dude, you are pissed. Yes I am. I'm singing. You see like the voice judges. The video opens up with the voice judges like spinning around, looking totally like ready to blow me off. And my journey in the video is with the voice judges, talking to the voice judges, and or singing to them, and them judging the band, if you will. And in parallel with this storyline of this kid who gets bullied by this just nasty kid and his goons, and the story progresses, and you watch the kid's progression and the bullies the kid that's the bully as well, and how their story kind of comes to an end. It's really cool. I like music videos with a storyline and a message. My last one that we talked about, Aliens, kind of had that as well. But this one is definitely hard rocking, man, and it feels good. There was a little teaser we put on our Facebook about 3 days ago. It was just like a 10-second teaser, but it's pretty fun.
There you go. Now, with regard to the name of the track, it was Antisocial Butterfly, so it's basically just like a kid who maybe doesn't fit in so well, but is going to blossom eventually at some point.
That's right. That is exactly it.
All right, fantastic. Now, with regard to writing this track, was there anything unique when it came to writing it?
Well, I write everything on my acoustic guitar. So, I'm sitting around messing around with it, and one riff follows another riff, and this one, it happened pretty easily for me because I knew immediately what I wanted to do. I started swinging the rhythm in the chorus, swinging the guitar, kind of giving it that it's a 6/8 feel over 4/4, right? Mm-hmm. For you musicians out there. And I thought that gave it kind of this really cool kind of rockabilly feel, right? It's like a Marilyn Manson baby with Muse. You know what I mean? Like Manson and Muse make a baby, and out comes this song,
Yeah, Marilyn Muse.
But yeah, I kind of wanted to do the something that kind of gave me that vibe, that vibe that those bands kind of produce. And it came pretty easy. All my best songs, John, they happen quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they kind of do write themselves most of the time.
Very cool.
Enemy off of Antisocial Butterfly happened really quick too.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so Rocket Audience, if you dug the track that we just listened to, Antisocial Butterfly, we just chatted about a music video. So what we'll end up doing is touching base with Sammy once that music video is completed, because it may or may not be completed by the time this episode airs. So definitely stay tuned for that. Let's go listen to the next track, This Tragedy. come back from this tragedy, I want to say that I love the whole song, but what I really love is the chorus.
Oh, of course. The with all the oohs and ahs and vocal layers, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, last night at the release, I was telling people how I wrote that song. So just there's track 3 and track 4. Track 4 is this tragedy. 3 is despair. It's a minute and 20 seconds that goes right. It goes right into this tragedy. They tell a story together. I was on a plane coming back from a show in Spokane. I was playing, and the plane hit horrible turbulence. I mean, the wing had literally went this way. Like it dropped out on us, and people were screaming and praying, and it was horrible, right? I mean, I honestly thought I was going to die. And so I think a lot of people on that plane did.
Well, I've been on those flights.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible. And so, you know, all the things that, you know, I wanted to do or say or, you know, be, right, just kind of started going through my head. And then when, you know, I didn't die, I was like, man, I want to write about my experience and what I think other people were thinking and what other people may have been feeling. And, you know, that's what this tragedy is, you know. So it's, I think a lot of people can relate to that, actually, you know, that experience of thinking you're going to die. And then, you know, once you don't die, you have this appreciation even more so for still being here, because, you know, we may not come back. We don't know. We may not get another chance. But
now, you obviously mentioned you've got a music video coming out. What exciting news you guys have coming up in 2018 for Rock?
The video is pretty awesome. I can't wait to release that. As I was telling you before, we have that radio play in Brazil on the big FM station out there on 89.1. So we're going to set up a tour in March and April, that time frame. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but that's the plan. We plan on going out there and doing our first tour in Brazil. We haven't even done a U.S. tour, so the first one's going to be in Brazil. And it's my favorite place in the world. I love the people. I love the food. I love everything about the country, even the horrible, crummy traffic. You know, so I'm grown very fond of it. If my wife wanted to live there, we'd be there right now. So, but she has to give me the okay.
All right, fantastic. So, Rock Metal Nation, we have a music video for Antisocial Butterfly, so definitely stay tuned for that. And then also as well, there's going to be a tour coming in March and April in Brazil. So if you're in the Brazil area of the world, you definitely want to stay tuned. So the next logical question is, how can Rock Metal Nation stay in touch? How can they find out more about you? Is there a website that they should go to?
There's all those fun things. You know, the best way, I think Spotify is an amazing way to track an artist now, because Spotify tells you the shows. Spotify kind of keeps you in the loop with all the new music. Another way, Twitter, we're really active on Twitter and Instagram. But, you know, there's this one app. I think this one app that everyone should download. It's free. It's called Bands in Town. Bands in Town tells you, like, if you ever download or Shazam a song on your phone, Bands in Town knows that and will let you know when that artist that you like is coming to your area.
Cool. All right, well, my good man, thank you again for coming back onto the show. Always a pleasure getting back in touch with you and seeing what's going on with Blue Helix, what you've got going on musically. Unless there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, Sammy, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to coming back on to the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing your creativity with Rock Metal Nation one more time. I
appreciate it. If I don't know if anybody lives in the Spokane area, but we're going to be on the TV. We're going to be on Fox News 28 doing a live acoustic set on Fox News.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Blue Helix. And big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.